Hey, welcome back everyone. Cameron here. Today's video will consist of how to draw the front of the female torso using charcoal. I'll explain my approach in the simplest way possible. Feel free to pause the video at any point if I happen to go too fast. I hope this tutorial helps you as well as supports you on your art journey. Feel free to let me know in the comments below what else you guys would like to see additional videos on, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support is greatly appreciated, and now, let's get to the video. Okay, so starting out, we want to begin by making a shape similar to a rectangle. But make sure both of the bottom and top lines are curved slightly upward. And this is basically going to represent both the upper rib cage and the lower pelvis areas of the torso. Next, we're going to add a center line along with our pelvis line and rib cage line. And keep in mind that the ribcage section will be slightly longer than the pelvis section. And if done correctly, you should have 3 sections total, which make up the torso. From here, we're going to add in a U shape for the ribcage, along with 2 openings for the legs on the bottom of the pelvis. Next, we're going to add a circle on the top for our, the top of our ribcage for the neck opening, along with 2 reference points for the chest and shoulders. From here, we're going to add in the clavicle and sternum. Along with closing off the top of the traps. It should be similar to a diamond shape almost. Next, we're going to draw 2 circles which will represent the breasts. And they can be slightly like oval, they can be like oval shapes as well. Either one is fine. And then we're going to close it off at the same reference points we just made. And this is just going to give us our fold line. From here, we'll start to flush out the traps and shoulders a bit more. And you want to make it so that the traps kind of merge from the back of the neck, basically. So they kind of curve and come down slightly and connect to the back of the shoulders. And then starting from underneath the breast, we'll flush out the outer torso some more. And then we'll add in the belly button as well. And then once our shapes are all set in place, we want to start by going back and softening some of our lines to prep our drawing for tones and value. Majority of the tone is pretty much going to start from underneath the breast though, for this particular video. In the neck, excuse me. Once done, we can begin by darkening the under portion of the breast. And we'll do the same for where the top of the breast meets at the fold lines as well. You also want to do the same for the collarbone / clavicle. And then taking our eraser, we'll go back and erase any construction lines, along with shaping our outer torso as well. Going back to the traps, we want to start by adding our hard edge line to our outer border, which will help in defining our drawing some more. You only want to do this stage, move to this stage if you're set as far as like all your forms and shapes, and you're happy with them. I say that because it may be harder to erase the lines if you make any mistakes, so keep in mind to take your time at that stage. And then from here, we'll go back to the rest and add in the areolas. And then next we'll add a rectangle template for the abdomen. Should be similar to a shape of a rectangle. This is just basically going to be the outer border of our middle abdomen. And then moving to the outer torso, we'll add another hard edge line for both sides. And as you can see, if you remember from my past tutorials, the female torso will always have wider hips than the male torso, so the waist will be slightly pinched in as well, so keep that in mind. And then we're going to block in some more shadows underneath the breast here. And this is going to aid in giving us the appearance that it's kind of like it's going to give the appearance that the breasts are kind of sitting on top of the torso rather than like a flat surface, if that makes sense. So it doesn't look like a flat sticker or something. And then as you can see here, I'm pretty much just defining more of the rib cage and the obliques. Normally you may see like maybe a hint of like 3 portions of the rib cage, I guess, but it depends on the individual. Pretty much, in other words, it pretty much depends on how much muscle tone the individual has. Then once again, we're going to soften our tones underneath the breast. And then we can go back and erase any unnecessary marks as well as we go along. Normally you don't have to erase the construction lines or any kind of different marks, but I kind of do it just to have a more presentable drawing. Plus, it's I want to have it so it's kind of like presentable for you guys as well. So, but normally kind of adds to the drawing if you keep your construction lines, I feel like. But it doesn't matter really. But it depends on your preference. But just so things are clear, I kind of try to make it so that everything's kind of neat for you guys, basically. And then right here, we're just going to add one more passive tone underneath the breast. Basically gonna just be our darkest dark, I guess you can say. And then we'll do the same for the neck and clavicle. And you can see how I'm using the eraser as my drawing tool to pretty much kind of form the highlights of the neck. Since the neck is kind of hard when it comes to just the shading portion of it, it's not really made up of hard lines basically, so it's just you want to make it so it has like a soft a gradual soft tone to it. At least when working in charcoal. And this is just to add a little bit of extra detail to the rib cage and the obliques. And that is our video. I hope this was helpful for you, and take care everyone.